coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. We out here, man, pushing P. Positive energy. 33 years of prison stories. Day in and day out. You see the 33 back there? Every day we pushing P, man, over here. Positive energy, man. Big love to the nation. Big love to everybody who support me. Big love to everybody that's on this movement. Man, this is a PSA. This is a PSA today. I need everybody to understand, man, that this is a movement, not a moment. This is a movement, not a moment. This is not for any type of controversy. This is not for any type of disputes. This is not about any type of bad energy, man. So I say that to say this, man. Listen, this is a family over here. If you want to be a part of this family, man, you have to come with positive energy. No negativity. We not having that over here. We not having it. We not having it. This is about uplifting, motivating, encouraging, and supporting each other. That's what we doing over here, man. Supporting is important. So keep that in mind as we move through this movement, man, and help try to change some lives and save some lives, man. TBP Nation, stand up. I appreciate you. Big love to all of y'all. Let's go. Let's get it. Push this message. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe on every video. It's very, very important. Let's go. Let's get it. Listen, there's a lot of things about prison, man, that I be trying to explain to y'all. And as y'all know, like I say, most of y'all that's been in here a long time, y'all know I ran a store box for a long time. Crazy business, but you know, I was in a crazy environment, so I was doing crazy things. But let's just say this, I'm gonna tell you something. Not just a store box, any business, any establishment, any game, any thing that you want to run in prison, you're gonna have to be willing to put in some work because it's gonna get dangerous. It's just the way it is. It's prison. It's gonna get dangerous. You cannot run anything in prison without danger being involved. People who don't understand that, people that just want to make money, people that just want to hustle, people that just want to be able to eat at night, will try to do different things and they'll run into these problems and they not prepared for them, man. But that's just how it goes. You can't run nothing in prison without some danger being involved. Store boxes, poker games, dice games, parlays, tickets, anything. It's just the flammery and the skullduggery and the larceny and the tomfoolery and the buffoonery. It's gonna come with it because everybody is looking to get over. Everybody looking to run their game. Everybody looking to run their con. Everybody trying to take it, or they trying to swindle you out of it, or they trying to trick you out of it. So it's ongoing, man, and it's crazy. It's a crazy situation, man. And like I said, I done known a whole lot of people, man, that wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I known some dudes that was drug dealers on the street. They get money on the street, so when they in the penitentiary, normally, mostly every guy that sold drugs on the street, that really was selling drugs on the street, mostly all of them try to get drugs in the penitentiary, sell drugs in the penitentiary, because it's way more money. And I know that sounds crazy. How can it be way more money in the penitentiary than on the street? It's way more money in the penitentiary because drugs in the penitentiary is 3 times the prices of what it is on the street. This is why dudes on the street send drugs in the penitentiary to get money coming out of the penitentiary. And I know a lot of people gonna say, well, how is money coming out of the penitentiary if everybody broke? Everybody in the penitentiary is broke more or less. But everybody who got people, their family on the street ain't broke. The same way you sell drugs on the street is the same way it's getting sold in prison because it ain't nothing but street money paying for it. It's people that love their people and sending them money, and they're just using the money to buy drugs. So the money is still street money. It's just coming by way of the penitentiary. And then you got a lot of people, sadly but true, they vantage take their people because their people love them and they scared for them and what's going on with them, and then they send them money because they know they got to have it and they don't want nothing to happen to them. Because if you don't send them no money and then they play these crackhead games or these dope fiend games and get money from or get drugs from somebody in the penitentiary and can't pay it, they're gonna get late, super late. Because ain't nobody playing with that type of money. Nobody that I know of, or else they won't even be able to sell drugs for so long anyway. But I've known dudes that get them drugs in the penitentiary that sold drugs on the street, and they try to sell them in the penitentiary, and dudes take it, straight take it. I mean, take it. I know one in particular drug dealer. I ain't gonna call his name because I seen him out here on the street since I've been out. They shout out to him because he's doing well. Look like he back in his element. You dig? And yeah, he was well known on the street for selling drugs and getting big money, and he was trying to do that in the penitentiary, but he ain't had that that killer instinct. And I remember when they came and took all of his drugs, man. When he got a pack one day, they took all of his drugs because he used to get the drugs, give them to somebody else to sell, but everybody knew it was coming from him. So they plotted on him and waited for him to come from the visiting room one day, and they ran down on his cell after the first break, and they took all his drugs, and he had mad jewelry. Mad jewelry. They took his jewelry, his rings, and everything. Now, this what made the thing so crazy because he ain't buck at all because he saw them Bethlehem standing on top of him, and I guess, what I'm saying, he chose life, and he gave up everything. So then he tried to go to some of his homeboys, the ones that he got to sell the drugs for him, because he wanted them to rally for him and go fight for him because he ain't really had no fight in him, to be honest with you. They weren't willing to go up against the dudes who took the drugs because it was going to be a slaughter. It just was going to be, it was going to get super ugly. With the people involved, it was going to get super ugly. So then they turn around and say the drugs ain't coming back, but we'll sell you the jewelry back. And he ended up having to buy his own jewelry back. You understand me? So that killed all of his drug dealing days in the penitentiary because now he know he couldn't get no drugs because dudes was coming to get it. They coming and take it. So he still though on the low, cause I was in the block with him. He still on the low was getting drugs. He just kept it and was getting, he get high himself, was getting high himself, but he stopped selling them. So he couldn't make that money no more because he knew that if he did that and people knew, but he was sneaking and getting it and wasn't acting like he didn't have it. But dudes that was in the block with him knew that he had it because you could see him and tell when he high. You know what I'm saying? And dude's like, man, you got it. I mean, what's up, man? Send me. I mean, I ain't got nothing. No, man, I don't need to do that no more, man. You see how that went. I'm trying to go home. I ain't trying to get into all of that. You see how that go on. But he high. And you done came from the VI, dudes knew you high. They eventually ran down on him again, like because they knew what he was doing and went in there and pressed him. And he up in there like, I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing. And script for him. This how vicious the penalty. He script, and they was still threatening to put that poker in him. If man, you got it. It might be in your butt. You better get it out. I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing. Bent over and all of that just to show them that he ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's dehumanizing to a man, bro. But when you in that position where you got to get hurt or submit, they submitting. Because that Bethlehem is standing up there all rusty and you know what I'm saying, and dudes is down on you and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna start stabbing you, and they scared, man. They scared to death. Now whether people gonna do it or not, don't know. Sometimes people don't intend to do it and do it just by your reaction. If you just like, oh no, I ain't doing nothing, they might just start hitting you, and that won't even the plan. The plan was to shake you up and get what they could get out of you, but your reaction might make a scared man and you can lose your life like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know all of these things when you get in the penitentiary and think you're going to be a hustler. A hustler in the penitentiary is a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game. And when I say hustling, that's everything. Store boxing, drug selling, poker running, game running, parlay running. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The dudes that ran that parlay and dudes that came and tried to rob them. Shh, countless. Countless. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, like, they had a white guy on Power 10. He had the biggest parlay on the compound. But he employed some of the biggest killers on each block. And he sent the parlay in every block on there. That's how much money he had. I think he was from like Memphis or somewhere. A white guy, man, look nerdy his own way. But he found somebody in the block that we was in. I was in the block with him. He found somebody in the block that we was in that everybody respected, everybody know gonna go, and he got some dudes gonna go with him. Shout out to Bozo. You know what I'm saying? He got some dudes that's gonna go with him. They running the parlay, but everybody knows the white boy parlay. You know what I'm saying? He got dudes in every other block. He got dude in this block. He got dude in that block. All the dudes that he picked is respected, but all of them eating off of it. All of them getting money. So you ain't taking nothing without no consequences. You ain't gonna run down on him and take nothing because they gonna come and insure their investment. He their investment. When a dude get a avenue to get money in prison, especially an old timer, especially a touch off, a go hard dude, but you go messing with that, and then the gloves is off, man. You know what I'm saying? You seriously might get unalived. It might not even be intentionally. It might be unintentionally, but the intention is to put some holes in you, but you could possibly go out. You understand? So he did it the smartest way that I seen it done because he had the money to do it, and he was just quiet as a church mouse, man. He don't do nothing. Every time I ever went by his cell, every time I ever seen him, he sitting Indian style in his room or either at the table, eating and looking at newspapers. He had care in the world. I told y'all one time somebody tried to rob, go up in there and take stuff out of his cell. And Bozo sent them hitters. Bozo sent them hitters. And heads got split. Blood got spilt. You understand? So that's how it's gonna go down. But then you got other dudes that I know, they done ran parlays, you know what I'm saying, and dudes and came and just took everything. And then that dude got major problems because he got to pay out all his money to the parlays, but all the money been took. Now he got no other choice but to get off the compound because don't nobody care that nobody took your money. I care that I put my ticket in and I hit and I want that and I need that and I got to have that. That's all I want to hear. Man, but the dude came and took all my money last. I don't, man, you better poop it out. I want it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it go. So you have to be prepared for all of these things, man. Same thing with the store box, man. Dudes will bar this and bar that, and then they won't pay you. Or they'll give you 15,000 excuses. I'm not taking no excuses. You know what I'm saying? You came and got it, you got to go get it. I don't care if you go borrow from the next Starbucks, man. It don't even make me no difference. I'd rather you owe him and deal with him than to owe me. You gonna rather you owe him and deal with him than to deal with me if you owe me. So that was my take on it. But dudes will run store boxes and dudes will find out that they ain't built to run store boxes and they're store box. I know dudes that open up a store box and they go out of business the first week. The first store day. Soon as they open it up, dudes like, boom, all right, let me get this, man. Let me get that. Yeah, man, I'm gonna support you, man. Hey, yeah, let me get this. I got that on store days. Store day come, don't nobody pay them. Nobody. I'm talking about like zero. He looking for to pick one dude to make an example, but out of all the dudes that buy from him, he don't feel like he got no wins against none of them. So he just out of business. All right, I'm gonna take that as a loss, man. All right, y'all got that. I'm trying to help the pod. I'm trying to, put money in the pod. But dudes want to act like that. I ain't got to run no store. But that's just basically saying that, you PUSSY, and dudes know that. So now, eventually, when you end up going to the store, he went to the store. The following store, they get all his own stuff, and like I ain't running no store, but it's just my stuff. You know what happened? You know exactly why they came and took that because now they know you weak. See what I'm saying? So you gonna have to put some work in. That's the only thing that they gonna understand. That's it. So you can't make money in prison without putting some work in. You can't make money without bringing some blood on the floor. It just don't happen like that. Not in prison. Because don't nobody understand anything else. They don't understand your size. They don't understand your color. They don't understand what you did on the street. They understand straight right now. What will you do? Will you put that Bethlehem in me? Will you try to unalive me? That's the only thing they understand. And if you don't make that crystal clear, don't try to run nothing in the store box. Poker games. Ooh, Lord. I can speak from here till next year. right now nonstop about poker games. Dudes that try to open up poker games because they know how to play poker. They done play poker on the street. They done play poker in the jails before they got to prison. So I'm gonna get to prison. I'm gonna run a poker game. Okay, well go ahead, have at it. Dudes love it when other dudes run a poker game, for real, because it take the pressure off of them. All they want to do is jump in your game and try to hit up and then demand that money. You understand? But dudes who thinking that they got an advantage of running the poker game because I could do this. Okay, you could do all of that. And you going to make money running a poker game if you really know how to run it, because you getting money off of every pot. But the problem is if don't nobody pay you, if you take credit, if you don't play cash and carry, if you don't make them bring that to the table where you got that in the bag in your cell, where you know you got a surplus to pay out whatever, you know, because these dudes have bought this money. If you ain't got that and you just run the game off of your, you know, your reputation and your you know what I'm saying, who you are, and say, man, all right, dude, set that table and order money. Let me get 10 more, man. Let me get 20 more. Dude's gonna run that up. As long as they keep losing, they're going to keep on ordering like they at McDonald's. At the drive-thru, they're going to order everything on the menu. You know what I'm saying? Give me 2 more Big Macs. Give me a large fry. They're going to order all of that. Because at the end of the day, when the game is over, they got to go get that. If they feel like you can't make them go get that, they not going to get that. But you still going to owe whoever won at that game. They not going to be mad because, oh, Joe Blow ain't paid, so I ain't got it. They don't want to hear none of that. Joe Blow ain't cut my money. I ain't getting Joe Blow game. But you see that he ain't pay me. I don't care. You owe me. You the house man. You cut every pot that I was in. So the pressure gonna be on you. So now you got to go approach Joe Blow. Look, man, I gotta have this money. And Joe Blow might say, man, if you don't get out my face, I ain't getting you nothing. So then you got to beef with Joe Blow, and you still got to beef with all of these dudes that's waiting to get paid. So you under tremendous pressure. So just saying you gonna run a poker game, you got to know what go with it. Same thing with a dice game. Same thing with a skin game. Same thing with a spade game. I done seen dudes run spade tournaments. Spade tournaments is one of the biggest things in prison. Everybody put in the pot. Everybody put in the pot, and then they draw, and teams play against each other, and till you get eliminated. It's one loss, you're out. Then another team play another team, all the way down to its 2 last teams. Then whoever win that game, they get the whole pot. Sometimes the pots be up to $1,000. That's how much dudes will play spades. They'll take chance in spades before they take a chance in dice, before they'll take a chance in poker. Skin, they'll take a chance in spades because everybody some type of way feel like they can play spades, right? And it's partnership. So the entry fee might be $25 per man, so $50 per team. And you might have half of the block might get in that. So the pot is big, but then the house man gonna cut 2. He gonna take 10%. So if it's $1,000 in the pot, the payoff gonna be $900. He get $100 just for doing it. You understand me? But what if somebody want to go take the money? Did the dude that's running this spade game here? So then you got half the block, man, that you might think in your mind, okay, well, everybody who put their money in, they're gonna be like, man, you can't take that, that's my money. They ain't, it don't work that way. That's not the dynamics of prison. Because I'm not doing nothing directly to you or to everybody that put money in. It seems like that, and in theory, it is like that. You know, I got in this game, and you robbing the game, so you taking my money. It seems like, but that's not penitentiary rules. I ain't robbing everybody in the game. I'm robbing the dude who got all the money. When you go rob a bank on the street, you ain't robbing everybody who got the money left in the bank. You robbing the bank. The house man is the bank. So while he out there doing that and organizing and strategizing and watching over the game, somebody might go right up in the cell and take the whole bag. He got to go get that. Or he got 50 people to deal with. It's crazy. Penitentiary is insane, man. And to try to run something or try to be an authority over something, you got to be able to push that Bethlehem at the drop of a dime, man. You got to be able to be ready to bleed some blood on the floor. You got to, or just don't get involved. You just can't get involved, man. Because if you think you're going to avoid that, you think somehow you're going to be exempt. I done seen dudes in there, I'm telling you, big as looking like you know, Tony Atlas in the 70s, and dudes will try you. Straight like the dudes will try you. Man, you got insane people in there. And when I say insane, I mean insane. They don't care. They might just look at you like he's so big. I wonder can he fight? I wonder can he fight? You know, and already created up in their mind that if I could take him down, the people gonna look at me different. So they automatically plotting to try you just cause. And a lot of times they hit the lottery. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like try dudes like that, and then it be a Lamont Kane. And you get slammed on your neck, and your neck get broke. You know what I'm saying? And your neck get broke. You know, and then you have dudes that do it, and they try a big dude like that, and come to find out he's soft as cotton candy. But everything is risk assessment in prison. You better be right. You better be right, cause if you not right, you gonna be super late. Super late. You understand? I seen a dude smack a big dude in the block one day, and the dude was always quiet and humble, but he was big, and they just bumped into each other, and he just on some just a mistake jump, boom. And, excuse me. Big dude said, "Excuse me." He slapped him. He slapped him. Man, F that man. Bow. Slapped him. Yeah, like that. That's how it was. You know, unexpected. Slapped him. Bow. Man, bro, I can't even explain to you what he did to him. It was just, it was horrible. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, he was just picking him up and just repeatedly slamming him on this marble floor. I'm talking about to the point where dude was unconscious. He picked him up and slammed him at least 3 times while he was unconscious. And everybody was in so much shock at all. Won't nobody even attempting to try to stop him. Won't nobody even nobody. I think it was one old timer that ended up yelling out, said, "Brand, you gonna kill him, dog." And made him just like snap, because he was blacked out. And dude was hitting the floor. It was like, ah. It just was, in his whole body was like a rag, dog. It's like nothing was moving, like no limbs or nothing. When he grabbed him and just picked him up like a piece of trash, man. Just pick him up every time, just and he was hitting the floor, and blood was everywhere, and his body was just, it was just like you looking at it, and it don't even look like it's a human body. It looked like he just picking up like some loose bag or trash or something. That's how limp his body was, and he was still getting slammed on the floor. Slammed on the floor. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard because police be coming back saying, I heard the dude was he was a vegetable. Yeah, like he won't. That was it for him. He was alive, but he couldn't. He had no functions, none, none. Over a bump. See what I'm saying? So everything is risk assessment in there. You know what I'm saying? Your life is on the line in every action, every altercation, every, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. You just don't know. So, but that was horrific. I mean, like really like horrific. You know what I'm saying? And I seen a lot of things in prison that I had never seen before or after. You know, it was like dude just blanked out. He just blanked out. Yeah, he was gone. And when the old times said, "Man, you gonna kill him, dog," I think he just snapped and just walked away. But it was too late. It was too late. You know, so like I say, man, you got to know, man. But you can't come in the penitentiary. You cannot hustle in the penitentiary without violence. It's impossible. It's just impossible. I don't know nobody who did it. I don't like to say impossible because anything is possible. You know, impossible actually spells I'm possible. I just ain't. I haven't run into anybody who hustled in penitentiary. They did not run into problems. It's just a part of doing time, man. So, you know, don't think because you out here in the streets and you taking these chances. If I go to prison or something or whatever, I'm gonna be able to manage it. I'm gonna be able to hustle. I just put my hustle down in the penitentiary or whatever the case may be. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Just understand there's gonna be a lot to go with it. a whole lot to go with it. So anyway, man, I just wanted to run that by y'all, man. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. TBP Nation, stand up. Big love. We on the move. We on the move. Stay tuned for the Connect interview. Stay tuned for more collab interviews. Stay tuned and locked in, man, because we trying to get this thing done in 2025. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe on everything. Make sure you go check out my debut in my play, the Resurrection 48 Hours, first 48 edition on Mount Cyber network with Mr. and Mrs. Frost. Make sure y'all just stay logged in, man. Keep your notifications on, man. All my members, man, I appreciate you. Big love to each and every one of y'all. More membership videos on the way. Stay tuned, stay logged in. TBP Nation, we on the move, man. 2025, let's go. Duck them hooks, man. They out there. Stay out the penitentiary. Your hustle might not work in the penitentiary. You understand me? It just may not work in the penitentiary. It may cost you more than you're willing to pay in the penitentiary.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.